In this part of the country, many of the old high-pressure sodium streetlights that have been in service for decades have recently been replaced with newer LED fixtures. This road is currently in the process of being changed out, and so we have kind of an unusual scene here where both the new LED fixtures and the old high-pressure sodium fixtures are both in place. I don't believe that they're both operating, but they're both physically there, so we can take a look at the two and compare them. This particular road is always having problems, so I put my camera in the car and I said probably sometime over the course of the week I'll be able to take the photograph. And sure enough, the other day I was coming home and the traffic backed up and I must have sat here for 20 minutes, so I started taking photographs. So let's take a look at these fixtures, and I'm going to explain why these new LED fixtures are absolute abysmal garbage. They do not illuminate the road as well, they have a horrible glare, and they don't last as long. Even though this phase out is more of a recent project, just after a couple of years we're already seeing these LED streetlights failing all over the place. Some of them turn purple and then you can't see on the road. Some of them just straight up go out. Some of them strobe, which is actually very dangerous for people that have certain conditions. And that's a problem that we didn't have with these old sodium fixtures. The majority of them still work just fine and will continue to for many years to come. So let's take a look at this so that all these LED washed people that sit there and say, "Oh, they're LED, they're better," can stop, because they're not. So first off, let's address this efficiency claims, because they are also wrong. High pressure sodium is a very high efficiency type of lighting, okay? And in fact, the efficiency spectrum, so there's like a range that says a sodium fixture can output on the low end this number of lumens per watt, or on the high end this number of lumens per watt, depending on the quality and design of the fixture. And there's a spectrum like that for these LED fixtures too. And what these LED washed people don't admit, or don't tell you, or try to cover up, or whatever they do, is that the efficiency spectrums intersect. And the very high-end, high-pressure sodium fixtures, which is what most of these were, are the same efficiency as these cheap new LED fixtures, right? If LED fixtures were designed properly with good quality components, they'd be fantastic, but they very seldom are. Just about all the LED fixtures we see are this stupid cheap garbage that is not efficient, does not work well, and doesn't last. So we're going through all this trouble to manufacture new lights, drill new holes, put in new wiring, block up the road and cause traffic issues, blah blah blah, all this trash, to not really gain any significant efficiency. Not to mention the fixture will break or something will happen to it before it so-called pays for itself anyways. So let's take a look at these fixtures. Here's a closer up photograph of these two fixtures here. So a couple things worth noting. First off, the old high pressure sodium fixture has a refraction lens on here, and the way these work is they shine the light in different directions and spread it out, right? So when this is sitting here on the road, it shines the light in this direction and it shines the light in this direction, and it covers a very wide area. That's why the spacing is so far apart, because it can be. They're putting these new fixtures at the same spacing, which is incorrect, because the light path of these new fixtures is very narrow. There's no refractor lens on these. Just about all of these cheap fixtures are just a circuit board with diodes stuck on it and a piece of plastic underneath it. Piece of just clear plastic that does nothing but let the light pass through. So when the light hits the ground, it's a very narrow piece of light compared to the old sodium fixture. Furthermore, Notice how the fixture is a lot less tall, right? These heads are about 2 feet across. So let's say 1, 2. This got to be at least a 6-foot height difference here. So not only is the light not spreading out as well as the old fixture would spread it, it's being placed closer to the ground, which means the light is going to spread even less far because it's closer to the ground. Even worse, look at how short this is. Look at this. It's almost half the distance of the old one. I'm not even sure that this one this one I don't even think makes it to the edge of the street. So again, the light is not even going to make its way out onto the road, and these are flat. Okay? Look at this. They are completely flat, whereas these are on an angle. So these old ones shine out like this, and these shine down onto the curb and the grass. And I think a scammer is calling me. Let's see. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, my name is Ricky and I'm calling on behalf of the Disease Prevention Program. How are you doing today?
Yeah, my name is Jordan and you're a computer. Okay. Anyways, so these fixtures are just totally set up to fail. Through and through. And I've seen these on so many roads and they are abysmal. I hate them. Because you can't see going down the road because the stupid LED headlights on the other cars, and of course half of them are on the bright because people don't pay attention and don't shut it off the bright when there's somebody coming in the opposite direction. So you're blinded from the stupid cars with the stupid LED headlights on them, and then you're blinded by the stupid streetlights with the stupid uncovered diodes just blasting away, and you can't see the daggone road because the stupid light is going everywhere but where it needs to go. And this is what my tax dollars are putting on the roads. This garbage. What a joke. These lights stink. I hate them. And then of course there's the color. These old ones were 2000 Kelvin, which is a very, actually 2000, somewhere in there. It's a very nice, warm, pleasant color. These new ones, they're all 5000 Kelvin, which is a very harsh, bright white color. And at nighttime, the color is just awful. It's so uncomfortable. Whereas these, even though they're brighter and shining over a bigger area of the street, they're not blinding or harsh on the eyes at all. They're extremely pleasant. So, these are just awful. And I wish there was something we could do to stop them because they're a hazard, they're useless, they're annoying, and I'm sick of that I have to see them every day on the roads. But this is what we're dealing with. Stupid LED streetlights. They're garbage. I think an LED is actually a very good application for a streetlight because it's one of those situations where it runs a lot and a lot of the light is wasted. So if you had a low power draw and something that wouldn't need a lot of maintenance because it is hard to get up there and change bulbs and whatnot, it would be great. But they're not designed properly. I don't have a problem with LED lighting intrinsically. I have a problem with the cheap garbage fixtures that are plaguing this place and being talked about like they're the best thing ever when they really stink.